Yo, what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know I got a straight banger for you today. All right? So, in this video, we got to address the elephant in the room, right? When is the market going to stop bleeding, man? I know everybody wondering that. So, we going to go into it and I'm going to break this down for you guys. I'm going to give you kind of like a market overview of what's kind of going on right now, where we're going, where we could be going, and all of that good stuff. All right. So if you guys are watching this, do me a favor, like this video real quick. Also, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel. All right. So when is the market going to stop bleeding? Now, before we answer that question, we got to understand the foundation, right? Now, if you want to continue to make money in the stock market when it goes up, this has to happen, okay? This has to happen. Next thing I want you to understand, you have to define what type of investor or trader are you, right? Do you only like to invest and trade when the stocks are going up? If that's the case, sit it out. That's fine, right? If you like doing both, do your thing. If you like focusing on to the downside, do your thing, right? Now, the stock market, like we all know, it's 100% always recovered. Over the history, stock market has never not recovered, right? So the stock market was created to go up, right? Even if we go down, even if we're going down for 6 months, even if we're going down for 3 months, even if we go down for 2 days, right? The stock market is designed to keep going up, right? So keep that in mind. So now that we understand a few of those things, let's really think about this. Calls and puts. Stock options were created for rich people to hedge their investments, right? Let me ask you a question. If you were rich, right? Maybe you're rich right now, I don't know. But if you were rich and you had, let's say you had 10,000 shares of Google, right? Let's say you had 5,000 shares of Meta, and let's say you had 4,000 shares of Amazon, right? And then you had 30,000 shares of Nvidia, whatever. And let's say all of these stocks are at $200, right? And you bought in at $150. Let's just say. So you up, right? Decent amount. You up 25%. Now, let's say these stocks start dropping, right? Let's say they start dropping. So what you could do is you get in puts and you write it down until it bottoms out. And that profit, you take that profit and you put it back in to your shares, right? To drop your average cost. If it comes below your average cost, or you could just load the boat and buy more shares at the price that you got in at or wherever it pulled back to. And then the stocks bounce and they go back up, and then they go and they create new all-time highs. That's the name of the game, right? So that's why options were created, right? Just think about the name, options. It gives you options, not just in life, but in your investment strategy, stock options. It gives you options on how you want to invest. If you see a stock that you're invested in is coming down, right? Then you could make money to that downside, take that profit, and then reinvest into what you already are holding currently, right? So now that we have that foundational understanding, when is the stock market going to stop bleeding? So let's look at it. The historical data, I did a video about a week or two ago, kind of talking about these things, but historical data says September we were going to get a pullback. Didn't really get a pullback, okay? Historical data says November and December are bullish months, right? Right now, November is very, very, very bearish, right? It's a massive pullback happening right now. But here's what I want you to know and understand. At some point in time, we're going to bottom out and we're going to go to the top. So let's go to the charts and let's break this stuff down. Okay, let's break this stuff down so that you guys have a clear understanding of what's going on, what to look for, things like that. All right. So we got the charts right here. Okay. So we got SPY, right? We got SPY. SPY is right here, 663, right? Now, if you guys zoom out a little bit, number one, let's go to the monthly. You go to the monthly, the SPY is just consolidating. That's all it's doing, right? We got the high up here, 689, and we got the low down here at 652, right? So the SPY could be coming down to 652 to test the previous month's low, right? This is off the monthly. If we go to the weekly, look what this is, right? We got a bearish continuation to the downside, right? So the rest of this week, we could come down a little bit lower, right? If we go down to the daily time frame, let's look at the daily, right? Very similar. I said 663.16 was the week support. It did bounce off of the week support, the weekly support, right? So if we bounce here and we start to come up, we could be going up. But me personally, I don't think that this is a big enough retracement, right? I personally think that we could be coming down to this next order block area right here. Okay. And this next order block area is 640, right down to 633. If we lose this area right here between 660 and that's a big area, 660 and 653, that's a pretty big area, right? So if we zoom in a little bit more, if we lose 661, then we could be coming down to 657. All right. Make sure you guys write these levels down. 661 is the next level, 661.22. And then if we lose that, we coming down to 657. All right, 657, 658. All right. Now let's go back to the weekly time frame. On the weekly, if we lose that 661, let's say this week we close below 661, then where are we going to come down to? 652. All right, 652. And then that would be, if we get to 652 from all-time highs, that will be about an 8 to 10% drop, right? 650, 689 to 650. That's about a 7 to 8% pullback. Okay, a 7 to 8% pullback right here. So that's where it's looking like we could be coming down to if it continues about 652. Okay, about 652. And then if we break below 652, then we're gonna have 647. Right, 647 is a level. And if we lose 647, then we'll be coming down to about 637. All right. So we got, if we lose 661, we're going to come down to 652. If we lose 652, we'll be coming down to 647. And if we lose 647, we're going to be coming down to about 637. Okay. And that would put us at about a 10% drop. Right? No, still less than 10%. 690, and then you drop to 40, that's $60. Yeah, that's about 8 to 9% pullback right there. If we come down to about 640. If we come down to 637, then that's about 9%, right? So that's like a correction territory. And I want you guys to remember that, let's say that we come down here. Let's say we come down to 630, 637, right? Let's say we come down here, right? And let's say this is the new support, right? That's going to give us room to go all the way back up here. Okay, so we're going to be able to go from 637 all the way up to 690. So once we hit back up here at 689, then we could be creating new all-time highs and then going into a new uptrend, right? Now, what I will say is to the downside, we do have some gaps to fill, right? We have a gap to fill down here, about $600. And then we also have a gap to fill down here at about 575 and then at 531, right? Now, this gap down here was all the way in April. This was at the bottom, right? Am I saying we're going to come down here? No. This would be over 20%, right? That would be bear market territory, right? Correction is 10%. A bear market is 20% down. So that's what you want to look for on SPY. Now, for today, they are recovering a little bit towards the end of the day here, but we got a big red candle with a lot of selling pressure, but also buying pressure here as well. So we have to see what happens over the next couple of days to really determine what's going to happen, right? But I want you guys to know that when you're in a downtrend, stocks are going to come up and then come down, and then they're going to come up a little bit more and then come down some more, right? So even if a stock is coming up, if we're in a real downtrend, does not mean that we're going to keep going up. We could come up just to come down lower, okay? But you want to make sure you're not getting faked out here, right? And then let's go to IWM. Caught it yesterday. We're on a weekly 3-bar bearish. We just broke below and closed below last week's support, okay? So this is on the weekly. We're about to close on the daily time frame below last week's support right here. So this could be a sign that we're going to be coming lower. And then on IWM, we have all of this to retrace, okay? All of this to retrace right here. So we could be coming down to about 225 for IWM. So that's what I would be looking for. If we break these lows right here at like 231.75, then we could be coming a lot lower. But we could also come up here to test at 241 and then reject and then come lower, or we could just continue to come to the downside. All right. But I like this because this retracement from 232 all the way to 251, that's $20 right there. That's a little bit less than 10%. That would be, to be able to trade the stock going to the upside, that's beautiful right there, okay? So I want you guys to keep in mind that this is all about retracements, okay? This is all about retracements. No matter what the stock you're looking at, let's look at Robinhood, okay? Robinhood was at 153. Then their lower high was 149. They came down. Now they're sitting at 114. They got a gap to fill down here at 106, right? If they come down to 106 and then you see them bounce here, this is going to be beautiful for them to bounce back up and then go up and retrace this whole move right here. So now you're going to have your price target, right, of these all-time highs or previous highs right here, right? You're going to have a price target. So when you enter in and we're at 110, 106, and you know that we just pulled back by over 15, 20%, then you know what time it is. You know we're going to go back to the upside, okay? Sellers got exhausted, and then buyers are stepping in, and they're going to make the stock go back to the upside, okay? So with that being said, that's what I'm seeing in the market. It's okay that stocks are coming to the downside. All you have to do is just be able to read the charts, play your levels, and allow those levels to do what they do, right? Understand, if you want to trade to the downside, go ahead and do it. If you don't, then just sit it out, right? But the stock market 100% of the time does recover, even if it does take a little bit longer, right? We could be bouncing in this area right here. We could get bear trapped tomorrow, and people who are super bearish for the rest of the week, it could gap down and then shoot up. Or what could happen is people will think it's going to keep going lower, and then we'll open up flat. Stocks will come down a little bit, make people get into puts, and then it'll shoot up. right? We don't know fully exactly what's going to happen. That's why we got to be able to learn how to read the charts. I always emphasize this. Technical analysis will change your life. All right? Learn how to read the charts. Learn how to read the charts, because the money that you want to make is right there in front of your face on those charts. All right? So, if you took some L's and it's been red, it's okay. All right? It happens. It's all good. It is what it is. Dust it off, right? Do better, learn more, right? Lock in and just figure out what's happening, what's going wrong, so that you can make the money that you desire to make. All right. So I hope that this video helped you guys out. No matter what color the market is, red, blue, green, purple, I'm going to be showing up every single day and giving you guys insight and perspective so that we could all make this money together. All right. So like I always say, make sure you get up out your head and go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And also remember, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. I appreciate y'all time. I'm going to see you guys later on today's live. We're going to chart and we're going to find some setups. All right. All of y'all have a great day. Y'all stay smooth, and I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.